I think when I drive out to the Hill of Grace Vineyard, and as I come down into the little valley, the first thing I see on the right-hand side is the old cemetery. And I tend to think of the previous generations of my ancestors who lived there, who worshipped there, who pruned the vines year after year to bring the vineyard to where it is today.
As Galileo once said, wine is sunlight held together by water, and it couldn't have been a truer statement for this vintage.
Often when we describe a wine from a great year, we talk about the heat, the rainfall, whether it's an early vintage, whether it's late vintage, whether it was hot or cold or dry or wet. We really talk about the light. Fundamentally, the light is the most important thing. Light is a driver of colour and flavour and the quality of the wine. And in 2010, we really liked the expression Radiance to describe the vintage. We asked Rod Schubert to capture the essence of Radiance in the 2010 vintage. As a Barossen artist, he is a part of the history and he knows the country and the quality of light that is here.
When this vine that I'm working on now was planted, Abraham Lincoln was elected President of the US. 20 years later, Ned Kelly was captured at Glenrowan. 54 years after these vines were planted, the Australian troops landed at Gallipoli. I can't think of anything that is a living part of that history that has observed all of that over that period of time. Just a remarkable thing.
What really made 2010 such a magnificent vintage was just that purity that the wine has. The vines in the 2010 vintage were in beautiful balance, and that translates into the wine. There's just layers and layers of flavour, beautiful texture on the palate, and these really lovely velvety fine-grained tannins on the finish. And takes a wine on its journey for the next 20, 30 years.